Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of the What's Poppin' podcast on 93.9 WKYS. I am Deja Perez, and I am here with my new BFF. Her name is Cindy. She has a hair care product named Diva by Cindy, but tell everyone about yourself.
So, I am so grateful to Deja for inviting me today on What's Poppin'. Woo! I'm so excited. My name is Cindy. I'm the creator of Diva by Cindy Hair Products, and I actually have a hair care brand, natural, alcohol-free, with extreme detangling ability, and I also help stimulate growth. So for all you ladies out there looking for something to grow your hair longer and healthier, that's what we have, but there's more to come.
Yes, indeed. So let's back things up a little bit. Let's talk about how this started, because you really are a nurse by trade initially. So how did this come about?
Okay, so I'm actually a registered nurse, and I was inspired to make beauty products, not because things weren't working for my hair, because that is so cliche. The truth of the matter is, at the age of 16 years old, I was taking a chemistry class. My dad wanted me to be a doctor, and I was failing the class. My self-esteem was so low.
Oh, no.
My teacher actually pulled me aside and said, I'm going to teach you how to make nail polish and lipstick so you learn to love my subject. And when we created the products, we had a science fair, and he presented me as a chemist and cosmetologist. Yes, and it inspired me. Like, you know how it feels like to be the class dunce and finally you've done something right?
Wow.
That's how I felt. I felt so good. And I said, that's what I want to do when I grow up.
But that's not what happened, because you went on the medical school route.
I went on medical school because, you know, most of us have parents who have certain aspirations. They want to
expectations.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So my dad was like, hell no, you go there, I'm disowning you. So
I had
to go. Yeah, and that was, I'm
and he meant it.
He meant it. So I went off, I became a nurse, I got my bachelor's. I wanted to please my family. I really wanted them to be proud of me. 13 years later, at the age of 35, I was so depressed. And I know there's so many people out there that feel like that. They're like, I've hit the rut. I hate my job. I hate what I'm doing.
You dread waking up in the morning, going to work, all of that.
I cry boohoo tears going in to make money. I mean, people say nursing makes money, but I was crying. I hated my job. And I was like, God, I'm going to make a pact with you. Let me go in and give me a sign. And when I went in, a doctor got on my nerves, and I just handed my resignation, stuck in my nurse manager's cubbyhole. Back in 2003, I said I quit. I left, I opened a salon, experienced turnover, and that led me to the product. So it's been a journey.
Now, how did you prepare for that? Because you walk in one day, you make this big old nursing salary, and then you're like, F this, I'm out. But had you been financially preparing for that?
$48 an hour to be exact.
I'll just clutch my purse. Okay.
And they shine too. So I was praying and asking, and finally that morning I'm driving to work, and I heard a sermon that came on the radio that said, change your focus and change your future. I'm like, change your focus and change your future. I can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Literally the definition of
insanity. So that's
what
pushed me over, and I was like, if I don't do this now, I'm going to go to my grave not doing it at all.
So how did you go from turning in your resignation to hair salons? Like, that seems like a random jump.
Always wanted to be in the beauty business. If you recall, I was inspired with beauty products.
But that was makeup and nail polish.
Exactly. I was too scared to go into the beauty business and create nail polish, to create hair products. I was too chicken. So what I did was I started looking for places. I was denied by banks. They wouldn't loan me money. People wouldn't even lease me a location because I was considered a business risk. And finally, by divine means, I got a place in Owings Mills. That was back in '04. And when I got there, it was time to turn on the light. It was 2469. That's my birthday. And I knew that was it. So once I got in and I signed a lease, I couldn't turn back.
Right.
I couldn't turn back because I signed something called a personal guarantee, which meant if I defaulted on the lease, the owners of the property would come after me for everything, the commercial. So I had to make it work.
Okay.
So I stayed there, and people will come in, stylists come and go. If anybody's been to get their hair done, you know your stylist is weird here at Shea Fufu Salon one day, she's at Shea Monique's the next day because she's not happy. So the stylists were coming and going, and I kept boohoo crying. I'm like, why are they leaving me? And a friend of mine was like, you know what, you need to find out why you entered the beauty business. So when I got home, I sat there, I
boohooed some more.
Boohooed some more. And then in the midst of it, I heard, yo, I was wanting to create beauty products. I keep notebooks, I journal. So I had notebooks filled with, these are what the ingredients are going to be, this is what the formula is going to be. If I have a hair care brand, this is what it's going to be called. I had all of that laid out for years. And when I pulled up all these dusty books and started, I was like, this is why I wanted to do this. And it took me back. So I found my way out of a maze
Wow.
Yeah. People have to leave you sometimes for you to find yourself.
That is an absolute truth. That is an absolute truth. So how did you, like, it's one thing to have a formula to decide, like, okay, I want to do this, but how did you go about manufacturing it, testing it, all that?
Perfect. Having the hair salon was the great testing ground. But first of all, when you have a formula, people, you know, and I'm going to say this, the cliche people are saying, well, I was mixing in my kitchen. Everybody's saying that. No, I never mixed not a darn thing in my kitchen. I went straight to a contract filler. So if somebody's looking to make products out there, you go, you look for a contract manufacturer who makes lotion, skincare, shampoo, and you say, here are my ingredients. This is what I want. You can scale it up for me. I can't stand in the kitchen and put them down and wrap labels up. No. You do that. So it's like Betty Crocker has a recipe, and then she takes it to a manufacturer, and they fill it, and they put it in the boxes and everything, and then they put it out there. And so it took me 3 months, literally, from start to finish, because I already had
That's impressive.
preparation.
That's pretty fast. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so to get off topic for a little bit, you recently, or for a while now, have been reaching out with, I think it's in Massachusetts. Is it Massachusetts?
Yes.
So an interesting fact is that a lot of white people have foster children that are African American, and they have an issue with being able to do their hair. So how did that come about?
Well, I actually got a phone call because we do a lot of philanthropy and giving back. And I work with homeless women and victims of domestic violence and girls in group homes. It's called the Diva Project.
Nice.
So a lady had seen the information online, and she reached out to me and she said, how would you like to help foster kids and foster parents and do a beauty drive? Of course I was ecstatic, because
Absolutely.
with me, anything to give back and give back to women and children, I'm like, sign me up.
Right.
Sign me up. Because the product does do that. We donate 10% of the proceeds, and then we also do the beauty days. So what I did was I did a beauty drive, and then I was able to meet with the children and the parents and actually talk them through what they needed to do.
Wow.
And that was in Boston, and it's so awesome because there's a sense of accomplishment, because the children need their self-esteem. They're away from their families. These are children that have been abandoned, they've been molested, they've been abused. Give them their self-esteem. And if anybody knows what it's like to go to school with your hair not done and children teasing you, looking crazy, and you've already been through rejection, you grow up to be a pretty rejected, unhappy individual. So if we can use a beauty product to help touch their lives, why not?
I love it. I love it. So how did the beauty day come about? And tell everyone what that is.
The Diva Project came about. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. Okay. I've been through a lot of abuse. People can't see because you don't see scars on a person. The scars are on the heart. The scars are on the inside. And
Me too.
I remember. Oh yeah, honey, we could talk for days about women, ladies. We could talk about the pain and the hurt of abuse. So basically, I had the salon, Shades of You, back then, and it was the holidays were approaching. And my husband said to me, you know what, you've always wanted to do things for women and volunteer in a shelter. Why don't we go and pick up women from House of Ruth and others and bring them?
Wow.
So you can make them over, make them feel beautiful. I thought that was a great idea. So we brought 15 women in. They had full beauty makeup for hair, nails, the whole 9 yards. And then we gave them a motivational presentation, because you can fix a person on the outside, but you gotta go inside and do the inside cleaning. And when we were done, it felt so good. One of the ladies went off, she bought a house, she went to work with the IMF, and she said it's all because of the beauty day, because she said, you gave me my life back. And you made me visible. She said, people who almost feel invisible, they give me visibility. So it led to other things, and we went on and on and on. And today, we've touched over 450 women with not just the Diva Project, but the beauty drives.
Wow.
And we want to do more. We want to do more.
Wow.
We want to do more, because that's where you feel like you're doing something, because you got to make a difference in someone's life. It's not all about us making money.
Right.
You have to use it to touch someone else's life.
Right.
That's true love.
Wow. You're just amazing. All right. So where do you see things going with Diva by Cindy? What would you like to have? What's the expansion going to be?
Okay. So we were in BWI Airport for about a year.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. We were there last year up until February. It was a great experience. It was pretty hectic. So
I can imagine.
Yes, we're getting ready to meet up again and see what we can do from there, because we're thinking about some kind of automated something that will make it easier.
Kind of like those vending machines that they have for the products?
Yeah,
okay.
There's no
A little something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're talking along those lines. That's where I see the product going with expansion. We're currently in Giant, Food Lion, APHIS, the military bases. We're also on Walmart.com. But what we really want to do is also look into taking the Diva Project state to state and touching more lives. It's not enough just to, you know, we're bringing them to a location, we're going to a location. No, these women walk on the red carpet when they come in. Wow. We want them to walk on the red carpet in every part of the country and treat them like the celebrities they are. So we want to really do a tour and go state to state. And that's when we're really going to heal and change the world one diva at a time.
One diva at a time. I'm here for that. All right, so let's talk about the book, Metamorphosis. I know Licious hates when I do it, but I can't help it. So let's talk about the book. Tell us, everyone, about the book. How did it happen? What is it?
Okay. So Metamorphosis is my autobiography. It's also a business manual. It's everything that I've been through to help others. I actually, the book came about, a friend of mine, Teresa Hamilton, had said, Cindy, you need to write your book. Somebody said, you need to write your book. You're like, I don't, you know, I'm not an author. You need to get your story out. I'm like, okay, the story out. So it was cathartic for me. Because everything you go through, when you go through abuse, you go through hurt, your highs and lows, when you start writing, it's like you're purging it from your system. So I literally had to purge all the experiences.
Which is hard.
In here. Oh, because it involves recall.
Yeah, you got to relive that.
You have to face some demons.
Yes, Lord. Yes, you got to own it. Yes, yes.
You got to face the demons. And that's what I had to do. Go back and relive and put it out there because somebody needs it. Somebody needs you. You know, I was telling people, somebody needs you. So your experiences are not about you, not for you. They're for someone else. They're for someone else. It's never about us.
That's true.
It's about someone else who's out there. Like, can you help me? I went through this. It's like, okay, this is what I went through. Wow.
Now, what was the process like for you? You wrote the book, you wrote everything in your journals, you dictated it to Siri.
Oh, Siri was good.
And God bless you. She was probably like, if you don't get off me, ma'am, put it in the computer. But okay, you dictated it to Siri, and then what was your process from there? How did you go about making it into a full-on book?
Siri is when I reached out to Miss Hamilton and her publication company, Imagination Press, and I was like, you know what? I grammatically,
here's my stuff. Fix it.
I can speak well. I can articulate myself, but honey boo boo child, I write like I speak. You know, I have run-on sentences and everything. So I handed it over to their company, and what they did was they went through everything with a fine-tooth comb, and then when it was done, did the illustrator, you know, giving your vision. I gave my vision, and I really wanted, you know, butterflies, because a butterfly is a sign of healing, change, and transformation. My number is 4, because 4 is the number of order. A square has 4 sides.
Ooh, yeah.
And the number of order, the butterfly, goes through 4 stages to become a butterfly.
Okay, so I know like larva, caterpillar, and butterfly.
Pupa. Or chrysalis. And then
science was not my forte. Biology was not my subject.
4.
Okay.
4. So in life, we go through stages in order to get order in our lives. Even when there's chaos, there's order amidst that chaos.
Okay.
So that's why I chose the cover. And then the hands, just to symbolize the release, the letting go, and then the healing that comes from just letting go. Letting go. Yes.
Now, in addition to author, hair care guru, skincare guru, in addition to all that, you also are very spiritual. Yes. And you help people with their spiritual journeys. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Ever since I was 5 years old, and I'm not afraid to speak about it now, because back then the little kids would tease me and call me a little witch. Now, I dare them to say that now. But, you know, God gives us all gifts. And my aunt was very spiritual. She was a seer, or what they call a prophetess. And I have the same gifting or same anointing, as they call it in church. So I would walk around, literally somebody would say something, I'll start telling them about themselves or stuff, say, like, oh, how'd you know? It's like, oh my gosh, my secret is out. So I let go of my second salon, ran into a neighbor of mine, and as soon as I saw her, I said, you just met a man and he's a millionaire, he's going to marry you. She's like, oh, how'd you know all that? And I said, oh my God, my secret is out. She said, I need to make an appointment. And so from her, it's like appointments, and next thing you know, there are days where I'm seeing 5 people. Sometimes people dial in and.
Girl, do you have the same 24 hours in the day that I have?
Yes,
because you
I
seem
do.
to do a lot in your 24 hours.
Yes, I do, but that's what happens when you're not mixing stuff in your kitchen.
Facts.
You hand it over to
The
who
shade,
needs to get it done,
but it's facts.
and then you take care of the other stuff.
Okay.
But the reason why I tell people that it's a healing product is that every piece of me, every part of me is in there, in the bottle. And it's touching on abuse, hurt, pain, trauma, liberation, spirituality, everything. Diva is for divine, inspired, virtuous, and anointed. That is the woman, the essence of a woman who's been through, and she's finally like, oh, this is yours. So it's from my heart for your hair. So the spirituality actually encompasses everything, because before we attain anything in the physical, we attain in the spiritual realm first. Because we always, even when people say, oh, I wished for such and such. You prayed for it, you desired it, you wished it. You desired it in a supernatural form, in a spiritual form. And then it crystallized the physical form. And everything we want, we ask for, we get. We may not get it right away, but we eventually get it.
Do you feel like there was a period of time where you, I don't want to say let your gift go, but you were not feeding your gift as much, or you know, relying on your gift as much, because it feels like you were like, I'm just gonna go out and do this. Yes. But it wasn't like, it wasn't planned. I didn't sit and have a business plan. I wasn't gonna like quit my job on Tuesday, start the business on Monday. It wasn't structured. It was just fly by the seat of your pants. So there was a period of time where you just were like, screw this gift.
I love you. I love you. I wasn't relying on it because it scared me, because it terrified me, and I thought it wasn't worth anything. I was like, why do people have the gift of song? Some people can sing. They have voices. They can sing. Some people have art. You have beautiful artists. I said, why give me this? Where I see and I have vision. And then I put my hands on people. My hands get warm, and they're crying, and they're releasing, and they're letting go. And oh, what am I going to do? Yeah, exactly. What am I going to do with this? But before I got to the airport, the reason why I got in the airport was because of the gift. Because I'm sitting around, lollygagging around, and next thing I heard was, go pick up your flyers from Harry. Guy who makes my flyers. I go, I pick up the flyers. He's like, oh, I gotta go, Miss Cindy, because there's a meeting at BWI Airport. They want to work with small businesses in Baltimore. I said, give me that flyer. So from there, I get there. There's 60 people there. They said, oh, we're only picking 4. Remember, I said 4 is my number. So I stand in line. The lady calls me. She said, hi, my name is Cindy. I said, my name is Cindy too. No coincidence. It was really meant to happen. She said, why do you want to be at the airport? I said, because we have hair products, and TSA is always throwing away women's stuff. But
that's true.
Women shouldn't be worried, because Diva by Cindy is going to be on the other side of the wall helping them recoup their losses. Do you want to know what happened? I end up Concourse AB, Southwest Concourse.
That's where
right after you cross, we were right there.
Okay.
So it's like everything that happened was because the gift was in force. It was just on. And that's how it happens.
Wow.
So when it's turned on, and we all have that innate gift, I call it the intuition. Some people's is flame on, real high. But the reason why we don't use it, because we're so busy.
And we
don't
not
get
hearing
time,
it.
we're not hearing it. Oh, we don't want to hear it. Because sometimes you hear, don't go out the door, you're going, bam, you're in an accident. Oh, God, I know that voice said I shouldn't have. Or you're,
but I didn't listen.
Yeah, or you're dating somebody, everyone's like, girl, you need to watch him. And you're like, oh, yeah.
I know better.
Because, yeah, they're telling you, you feel something's not right, but you still go ahead with it, and then, you know, it goes wrong. We all have that sense, but others more so, because
it's like amplified for others.
Exactly, and what it is I'll tell you the secret, and I want everybody to know. It's called love.
What do you mean?
They said love, not love for a man or romantic love, but the desire to want to help people and love people. Like I'm looking at you, and I want more for you than you want for yourself.
That's a real thing.
And when you can speak that to others and feel that, you start to feel and hear more, because you're really in touch. Because a lot of us don't want to love. We don't want to be hurt. We don't want to love other people. We don't want.
Hell, we don't even want to love ourselves.
Yeah, because we feel vulnerable. I don't want them to see the real me. But being honest and saying, you know what, I love her. Yeah, of course, we're human. we can't, you know, there's some people that want to be unlovable, you know, the porcupines, you know, they don't prick their but love, because I always tell people that that is what I call my creator God, whatever love and light is all he is. It's just love, pure love, and that's it.
Okay.
And sitting in silence and look at the, I call them downloads.
That's cute.
Downloads.
Okay, so I know we've been yapping for a minute. We probably have to wrap things up, but...
And I've loved you. And she smells so good. Oh my God. Let me tell you, I am a scent freak, but she smells like baby powder, like a baby, like Nuzzle Fresh. She smells so good.
So tell everyone what the website is and where they can follow you on Instagram.
All right, so website is divabycindy.com. Instagram is Diva by Cindy. Facebook is also Diva by Cindy. And we're on Twitter as well.
And where can they get the book?
The book is on Amazon.com. It's also BarnesandNoble.com, and then on the website, DivaByCindy.com.
Okay, before I let you go, let's talk briefly about a couple of these products that you brought. So you, of course, talked about detangling, but what are some of the other products that you offer?
Okay, so what you're holding in your hand is the Stimulating Deep Conditioner. Okay, now, this has peppermint, menthol, and camphor. People, or women, use deep conditioners, but they're very bland. This is more so a stimulating deep conditioner.
Because of
so
the
it
peppermint
helps
and the
stimulate the menthol, the camphor, and it's also great for dry, itchy, flaky scalp. So I call this, and it's also got tea tree. I call this a triple threat for your scalp cutting. Oh my goodness. Ooh, woo, woo. I mean, I just can't tell you how your scalp is gonna sink. Ooh, I didn't know I had it.
Okay, you were asking about your gifts.
And then you can put it over the plastic cap. Yes.
All right, and then so also you have a moisturizing conditioner.
Moisturizing conditioner. We know a lot of ladies love their curls. They want curl definition, but they want a lot of moisture. Our hair gets dry. Don't drench it in oil, ladies. Don't. When a plant is dry, you put water in it to hydrate it. People are pouring so much grease and oil in their hair, you would think they're going to fry chicken. No. Use this moisture conditioner, and that way you get nice and moisturized and soft.
Now, do you have anything for people that are struggling with transitioning from, to natural?
Yes, we have one called the Ultimate Treatment. I didn't bring it with me today, but that has sage. And you all know what sage is for clear and for cleansing. It has nettles, it has chamomile. It also has balm mint in it. And ladies, I'm going to tell you what balm mint is. If you've heard the balm of Gilead, healing balm of Gilead, that is what is contained in that product. So it heals the hair, it stops the shedding, it stops the breakage. And you can use it in conjunction with the leave-in detangler, so you're not ripping hair out as you're transitioning, because you know the new growth that you have when you have relaxer is different from the relaxed part.
Right.
So the relaxed hair is
the texture is different, everything's different,
and it's what we call the line of demarcation in the salon realm. So it breaks off. But the detangler will soften your roots so you can comb through, so your hair's not breaking off and you're not having, hair, patchy breakage everywhere, looking like a crazy person.
And what would you, a lot of women wear weaves and things like that, and they always talk about the edges and things like that.
Oh, Weavelicious sisters. Oh, ladies, we got something for you, because you have to, and nobody's having a conversation with the Weave sisters.
Correct.
So I'm going to have that conversation. We need you to use a Super Grow hairdress, because a lot of tension and traction from the pulling will lead to hair loss, and then also on the crown and the top of your hair. And you want to be able to lift to 50, 60. As you start getting weaves at 20, you want to lift to so where you can kind of, take your weave out and enjoy your own hair. We have a Super Grow hairdress, but you can use what I call the Stimulating Growth System, stimulating shampoo, the deep conditioner, the leave-in, and the Super Grow as a combo to help stimulate the growth.
Now, speaking to our weave-wearing sisters, is there a certain, I feel like one thing that we're lacking is weave etiquette, I guess, is the best way that I can say it.
Oh my gosh. I know.
I feel like we go from this weave to that weave. Like, is there a period of time that you're supposed to allow your hair to breathe? And if so, what would you suggest these women to do in the interim if they still want long and lovely, but, they need to let their hair breathe?
6 weeks. If you're going to wear a weave for 2 months.
6 weeks without it?
Yes.
Girl, bye. Ain't nobody doing that.
A break. Give yourself, put a wig on if you want to have that long hair, and at least start taking care of the hair, deep conditioning it to get it back to form. Because women, yes, it's a protective style, but it's also destructive at the same time. Because you'll do it for a period of time, it'll get long, and if you keep on doing it, then it starts to get weak and it starts to break, and then you're stuck. So give it a period of time. If you can't do 6 weeks, then do 4 weeks.
Okay.
And then just put a wig on. And in between, vary it up. If you're doing it for your guy, your man, he wants to see different styles. So you might want to see short hair one day, long hair the next. And, all of this has got to stop. We've got stimulating shampoo for that.
I cannot.
We got stimulating shampoo for that. Peppermint, menthol. Yeah, stop all of that. It'll help. It'll help.
Lastly, what would you suggest for someone, there are a lot of women that are very fit, or want to get into working out, but their struggle is, what am I doing with my hair? Yes.
Okay. So, with that in-between phase, braids are good, but if you have hair that's long enough, I suggest a clip-on ponytail. If you have what I call the wash and wear hair, you're natural, you can wash it and it'll curl right up, then when you get out of the gym, instead of shampooing it all the time, rinse it. The ultimate treatment I was telling you about is great for that. It pH balances the hair, so you can just rinse, put the treatment on there, let it sit, and then spray the leave-in in there. If you're braiding, then just rinse your hair and then spray the leave-in in between, because you don't want to leave salt in your hair. Just think about salt, sodium chloride. When it crystallizes, it's white. So when you finish working out the gym, you've noticed that your skin or you can't get white. That is salt. And what does salt do? It dehydrates. It sucks moisture and erodes. Exactly. So what it's doing now is it's left on the hair. It's sucking moisture out of your hair. So make sure you rinse that sodium chloride, the salt, out of your hair and just apply the leave-in so it'll give it moisture. And the leave-in has vitamin B in it. So instead of popping those vitamin pills, everybody's popping vitamin pills. We don't even know what's in some of those pills, but everyone's popping them. Spray the vitamins directly on your hair and that will give it.
Last question. Is there a vitamin that will help your hair grow, or is that a myth?
Biotin is a vitamin. Vitamin is a vitamin. But I always tell women, by the time you take the B vitamin, if you've taken B vitamin before, you pee and it's dark yellow. You are literally peeing a lot of it out and then digesting a lot of it.
So it's not going
it's better. Yeah, it's a very minimal. It's better if you go directly to the source.
Okay.
Yes. Then. Yes.
Well, I thank you for your very informative lesson. Give everyone the website again.
DivaByCindy.com. So www.DivaByCindy.com. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter at Diva by Cindy.
Fantastic. Thank you guys for joining us for another edition of What's Poppin' the podcast, only with 93.9 WKYS.